I call Sarah Dowie.
Mr Chair, it's a pleasure to rise and take this call on this debate. Such wide-ranging topics, as we've heard, vote arts, culture and heritage, vote internal affairs, vote Māori, Pacific peoples, sport and recreation and women. And I think it's really important. It's a pleasure as the lead for the Government Administration Committee for National and as I acknowledge the lead national member for the Māori Affairs Committee, that these disciplines require attention because they do encompass a richness that is New Zealand, and it's wonderful to rise and speak about it. I'm actually going to focus on sport and recreation, change tact here, and talk about some of the wonderful things that sport and recreation do. Of course, sport is in our blood as New Zealanders, and we usually use sport to signal our prowess on the world stage. But it's more than that. Sport, being active, means a healthy lifestyle, and it's through Sport New Zealand that 7 million is taken from the health vote and put into Kiwi Sport, which is a fantastic program. It recognises the importance of getting children involved in sports, designs games for little people, educates them about the needs of health and sport as part of that, obviously helps them with their cooperation and teamwork, their self-esteem, and adds to an all-round healthy lifestyle. So I want to acknowledge that that's a great program that Sport New Zealand's involved in, and certainly it adds to a healthy lifestyle that we need in New Zealand to tackle some of those problems that we see in our community. I had the pleasure on the 7th of July of actually stepping in for the Honourable Dr Coleman and launching the Healthy Families program or initiative in Invercargill, and that is an initiative that's based on the Victorian model that's seen significant improvements in health and creating a platform for getting people involved in an active lifestyle. So Invercargill was one of the 10 communities that was selected, and selected on a range of different factors, mainly because, unfortunately, in Invercargill there is a prevalence of some diseases that can be prevented through a healthy lifestyle. It's not just cold, but sport plays a really big part in Invercargill, so it's important to get that initiative going and start auditing the community and looking at the wins that we can create by getting people involved in sport and understanding the drivers of what creates a healthy lifestyle, along with eating plans and just getting people active. So that involved basically stakeholders coming together, all within the health field, and they audit basically the community, look at the different health organisations that are out there, and the sporting organisations. They come together and they look at what they're doing already, so that they can look for easy wins to educate those people that are at risk of different diseases that can be prevented, like diabetes. And they come together and, they look at establishing programs, and one of those programs is through Volleyball Southland. And it was my pleasure to meet some of the people that play volleyball through Sport Southland. They have teams, community teams, school teams, ethnic teams, teams through the SIT. And again, it's a great way to meet people, to engage in your community, to make friends, to build self-esteem. But obviously, it's also about getting active and learning about being healthy. So through that initiative, we're encouraging families to live healthy lives. And obviously, Sport New Zealand is part of that. I want to touch on Vote Women, and one of the wonderful initiatives that is the brainchild of the Honourable Louise Upston, and that was the research into family family violence, violence against Māori women. And I had the pleasure of going